In the span of 25 months, we have lost our three biggest names in sports. Sayal's death shocked us. Coleman's passing reminded us of a generation, a great generation fading away. But Tony Gwynn, a community short on sports heroes, has just lost its biggest one.
I still remember watching him prepare for games on an everyday basis, and you just, now that I've had my own experience playing, you appreciate it that much more.
That was Tony Gwynn Jr. last Thursday. His smile masking the sense of devastating loss he certainly knew was on the horizon.
Maybe best lesson he taught you that applies both to baseball and life.
Whatever you put into whatever it is you're doing work-wise is what you'll get out of it.
And this was Anthony's tweet Monday morning. The son of a legend writing, "Today I lost my dad, my best friend, my mentor. I'm going to miss you so much, Pops. I'm going to do everything in my power to continue to make you proud. Love you, Pop."
Tony Gwynn just serves one through the 5.5 hole.
Longtime Padres play-by-play man Ted Leitner sharing his thoughts Monday morning with ESPN.
But San Diego's going through it again. They did it with Junior Seau. They did it with my late broadcast partner, Jerry Coleman. And now with Tony. This is a lot of pain to deal with. It's not going to be easy.
Here in San Diego, we think of Tony Gwynn as our very own. Turns out, so did the rest of the world.
Very few people are as associated with one town as Tony was. Tony in San Diego, Cal Ripken in Baltimore, Chipper Jones in Atlanta. There still are some people who play their entire careers, Hall of Fame careers, with one team, and it's worth remembering that.
All right, I wore brown, I wore the brown and gold, I wore the blue and orange, and I didn't get a chance to wear the sand and whatever color blue you want to call that, but I'm proud as heck to be a San Diego Padre. I played for one team, I played in one town. I told the people of San Diego when I left to come to Cooperstown, they were going to be standing up here with me. So, it was 20 years, and we had a blast. I had a blast. I truly enjoyed it. But it wouldn't have been nearly as much fun if you hadn't been as supportive as you were. So I say thank you.
Gwynn is survived by his wife, 2 children, and millions of baseball fans who will miss the crack of his bat and his signature laugh in equal proportions.
I'll do it,
For more on his career, here's Jake Fadden.
When breaking down the legendary career of Mr. Padre by the numbers, there's plenty to choose from.
1981, the year the San Diego State star was drafted twice, first in the 3rd round of the MLB draft by the Padres and in the 10th round of the NBA draft by the San Diego Clippers. 590, the career number of assists Gwynn had as point guard for the Aztecs, the most all time. 20, Gwynn's major league career spanning 20 years, all in a Padres uniform. 1,000, Gwynn's 1,000th career base hit coming in April of 1988 off Nolan Ryan. 2,000, just 5 years later on August 6, 1993, Gwynn notched his 2,000th career hit against the Rockies. 3,000, 6 years later to the day, Gwynn became the 22nd member of the 3,000 hit club.
There's a drive, right center field, base hit, and there it is! Ho-ho, doctor!
On his mother's birthday, no less. 338, Gwynn's career batting average, the highest of any player who's retired since 1939. 394, Gwynn's batting average in the strike-shortened 1994 season, cutting short his run at becoming the first batter to hit 400 since Ted Williams. 8, the smooth-swinging lefty taking the National League batting title 8 times, tying Honus Wagner for most all-time. 5, Gwynn earning 5 Gold Gloves for his defensive work in right field.
What a play by Tony Gwynn!
16, a 16-time All-Star selection for the National League. 434, in 10,232 career plate appearances, Gwynn struck out only 434 times. 97.6, the percentage of votes Gwynn received when he became a first-ballot Hall of Famer in 2007. And finally, 3,141. The career number of hits for Mr. Padre, good for 19th on the all-time list. What an appropriate spot for everyone's favorite number 19. Here's Rick Willis with more.
For Padre fans, it's a sad day. It's sad for everybody.
That was Tony Gwynn 14 years ago on the sudden passing of Padres outfielder Mike Dar. Those same words are echoed today around the country on the passing of Mr. Padre.
It kind of begins in Long Beach, California.
Long Beach to San Diego State to Qualcomm Stadium. where nothing surprised him.
You know, we've had games where, you know, lights have gone and skunks have run across the field and fox out there. And we're the Pods. You don't need me to sit here. It is what it is. You know, we've got to cut payroll a little bit. They've done that. I don't think we're surprised by the success we've had, but at the same time, I think we're all proud that we were able to turn it around, because when you finish in last place, there's a certain amount of pride that goes into wanting to turn it around.
And he was always good for a soundbite.
I don't know if everybody's playing this game clean, and myself, I just feel like I've got nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide. You want me to, you know, you want to test my urine, you want to test my blood? Well, I don't have a problem with it. Dave Winfield started here, and this is a team that's dying to have some history, you know, and here's your first piece. You know, he's going in as a Padre. I think it's great. Brian Carew told me something a long time ago. He said, it's really hard to hit a baseball with your butt cheeks tight.
What do you do about that outfielder named Gwynn?
You sign him. That's what I do. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Woke up this morning from coming home from our road trip. He came in my room. He says, Dad, my aluminum bat broke. I need a new one. You know, it had nothing to do with hitting it.
This is the bat I came up with. Not the one I wanted, but hit the ball well with it today, though.
Tony didn't close Qualcomm Stadium, and he didn't open Petco Park, but neither would be the same without him.
And the whole day, for me, really was a great day. It was a day I'll always remember, and I'm sure the look on my face as that motorcycle came up, man. Yeah, I'll remember that.
It's hard to always reflect, you know. It's easier to look in the future and see what you have.
I would love to be standing there 5 years from now, but you know, I don't know.
It'll be difficult. There's no question about it. You're gonna have to, you know, like you said, you know, drag fields and plant seed and you know, especially at San Diego State, there's a ton of stuff that has to be done. Obviously, you would have loved to have an opportunity to have played here, and you know, especially seeing the way it's coming together.
One more hit in your bat.
Oh, there's a lot more in there. And for me, honestly, that's why it's so hard to come out here sometimes. I think you miss it. I mean, I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing, but yeah, I miss it.
While Tony Gwynn is gone, remember these words from Mr. Padre.
You know, I'm a Padre. I'm a San Diego Padre. And I've been a Padre my whole career, and I'm proud of that.
For more on the passing of Tony Gwynn, here's Allie Wagner.
On June 11th, the San Diego State Aztecs' announcement that Tony Gwynn would be back with the baseball team in 2015 raised spirits around San Diego. Gwynn fans hopeful that Tony's health was improving. As word of his passing spread Monday morning, friends, players, and former teammates were caught off guard.
Knew he was sick, but you didn't know how sick he was. And for him to live 30 minutes from me, and for me not to be able to go and put my arms around him, that's hard.
We thought he was fine, and then we wake up to this. It was like, whoa, what happened? We not only lost our coach, but a great mentor, just a great person in general.
When you get an announcement like this, it takes you to your knees. It knocks you out. Well, I think we're all trying to band together as a family and make sure that the Gwynn family knows that we're praying for him and that we love him very much.
He brought not only credibility, but he brought tremendous class to San Diego State because it was his university. He loved this place.
Even if he was tired, hurt, not feeling well, Tony knew how much he meant to us, and he was always willing to give a little more.
What will you remember the most about Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn?
That's easy. It's his laugh. You know, I'll remember that forever. Gosh, all the talks we had on airplanes and in hotel lobbies and in the locker room and so forth, and he was so easy to laugh, and he was so much fun to talk to.
My career was ending when his was starting, and you know, but I followed his career and embraced the career like all of us Padre fans did, and how special it was.
I see this guy is at the ballpark. I mean, 4 or 5 hours before the game, he's out taking fly balls. He's taking extra batting practice. It's like, what's wrong with this guy? Who is this guy? And then, you know, over the years, just come to find out that was Tony. Tony, you know, he perfected his art.
He was such an integral part even as a young player in '84 and then went on to be a Hall of Famer. So he's the ultimate as far as a man and courage and honor, and we love him.
From around the county, I'm Allie Wagner, KUSI Sports.